E-mini futures 2000 tick chart, and we're using price action rules and market geometry to determine where to enter for high probability setups. So as you can see, we're starting the morning off in a pretty decent trading range here. You can see a lot of empty room at the top and multiple attempts to break out of the bottom of this trading range. You can see we had this failed breakout here that ended up pulling us back into this trading range, and now we're bouncing off of this support once again. So there's no real clear direction here. There's bearish imbalance, so you would think that there's like some kind of downtrend, but if you try to look for one, it just looks like a trading range that's like tilted slightly down. So far this morning, I'm just following these short-term channels, watching those get pushed into extreme. I'm not really looking for any trades right now until a clearer bias gets, constructed here, and the market kind of tells us where it wants to go. So it's important that you have the bias understood before you start to look for trades, right? Your trades have to confirm the bias that the market is in, right? So I'm just going to be sitting on my hands for a little bit here, and we'll see what the market wants to do. All right, guys, we're still in this trading range. You can see we've had multiple breakouts of the top and the bottom, but we end up always pulling back in. It's a very difficult trading range to trade right now because normally you would want to buy low, sell high, but you can see we barely reach the bottoms and tops until we break out of them. So really just following these short-term channels, waiting for them to get breaks and new low. And I'm hoping later on today we can break out of this trading range and maybe start some kind of trend to the down or upside. But it's been pretty difficult. You really got to be patient in times like this. You can't come into the market expecting to take a trade. When you do that, you end up taking the trades that you shouldn't be taking, right? But if you come into the market and you're like, I'm going to take a trade if the market shows me what I'm going to, what I want to see, then that's the kind of mindset you want to have as a trader, right? Because the more you come into the market expecting to make money that day or expecting to take a trade, it can lead to a whole host of issues with your mentality and your psychology and stuff like that, where towards the end of the day, if you haven't gotten a trade yet, you end up forcing stuff, or you even start forcing stuff early in the morning. But when you come into the market and you're like, I'm not expecting to take a trade today, I'm just going to watch the market, then those really, really good trades that you should be taking will call out to you. So it just naturally keeps your mindset in the right place for when you're trading these charts like this, So like I haven't even been looking for a trade really. I'm just trying to understand what the bias is and where the market wants to go. And then, there was this failed second entry short here. It's pretty decent. You can see the body's pretty far away from the EMA, but we have multiple tests off the bottom of this trading range here, this support line. And then we have another bounce here. So we have new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short, failure. It's a really, really good reversal pattern. You want to try to find those in trading ranges too, especially because this uptrend needs new high, right? You have this uptrend that needs new high. You bounced off of the same support level that all the price bounced off all over here. And then you got a failed second entry short above EMA, strong bull rejection bar off of the EMA. There's a good chance we're going to go higher here. So that's really the only trade I've seen. I tried to get filled on this trade risk in my 8 ticks. As you can see, this bear bar right here literally bounced off of my limit order, but didn't end up filling it, and it didn't take me into the trade. But that's pretty common, especially when you're trying to minimize risk. And we have a higher ATR today, 3.3 right now. So the bars are pretty big. You definitely want to use limit orders in this situation because you can end up risking, 3 to 1 and stuff like that. So you really want to be smart with how you enter these trades. Looks like we might pull back into this trading range here, or we may even bounce off of this support and treat it as a resistance now and continue to work lower. But really no trade zone, kind of just sitting on our hands and waiting. If you guys are interested, really quick, I have a Discord community that I set up. We got a couple of guys in here now they're pretty good guys, and I'm helping them with all the questions they're asking and stuff like that. And I feel like we're all kind of learning together. So if you guys would be interested, the link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll be live screen sharing my screen every day. So if you're interested, join up. But with the price action. Let's see what the market wants to do here. All right, so we broke out of the range. We came and tested this support as a resistance and then continued to work lower. And you can see we're staying below EMA consistently here. So I drew a wider downtrend. I'm going to be watching it. It's not quite confirmed yet. We almost had 3 confirmed bounces off of the top trend line, but we only have 1 off of the bottom. But if it continues to work lower, there's a good chance that this downtrend is in play here. So I'm going to be watching this. And looking for second entry shorts at the EMA. We did have this second entry short here, but you can see how big this bar is. It's absolutely massive, so you can't really take that trade. But I'm going to continue to just watch and wait, see if we can get something at the EMA to go short here. Alright guys, so we had this lower high, failed second entry long here. You can see new low, first entry short once it broke below this bear bar here. Pull back once it broke above this bear bar. Second entry short when it broke below this bull bar here. And then a lower high confirming that second entry short. And then we have new high, first entry long, pull back second entry long, failure. Decent, really high probability trade here. Other than the body being so far away from EMA, you can see we're in a wider downtrend. I really like this setup. Unfortunately, I didn't get filled on it. The bars are massive. We're at like a 4 ATR right now, so didn't get filled, but it's all right. There's always going to be more price action. Like I was talking about earlier, I'm not even expecting to take a trade today. You know, if the market wants to give me one, cool. But if not, then I'll just sit here and watch the markets. It's fine with me. So hopefully it offers something else. Looks like we might break out of the bottom of this channel. And if we do that, then we'll need it to break out of the other side and then create new low for this. So gonna just be watching price action, and we'll see what it wants to do here. All right, guys, I just came back from my break. Honestly, not too much happened. We had this uptrend working higher, break outside of that channel, and then it created new high just as we would expect it to. Really no setups to be able to test that new high. And then after that new high was created, we can always expect correction or reversal, and it looks like it turned into a reversal. Now we have this downtrend working lower. If we can get some kind of second entry short here at the EMA, I'd be interested. But today's price action has been a pretty good test of patience. You really got to be patient in days like this, and you know, hold your horses. Don't jump into any trade that you can find or anything like that. Like, the bias has been pretty unclear for most of the day, so a lot of sitting on hands and stuff like that. But it's just something you got to do as a trader. You know, it's a part of the game. So hopefully we can get something here before the end of the day. It's about 12 o'clock, so got about an hour before we got to wrap things up. So let's see what the market wants to do here. All right, so I had the original channel like this, and we had overshoot, but you can see we pushed up and then we continued to push back below EMA here. So I just slightly widened it. It wasn't acting as overshoot. When you have overshoot, you can expect the market to completely reverse, and it didn't. It just pushed back below EMA. So I went ahead and widened it. Now we broke out of the other side of the channel. Now this downtrend needs new low, meaning we need to match the lowest low inside of the channel while it was still active. This low here, we need to test a lower low. So I'm looking for some kind of failed second entry short or a failed second entry long below EMA here to be able to enter a trade to be able to test that new low. Let's see if the market will give it to us. All right, guys, we created a new low. I was hoping for a failed second entry long below EMA here, but all we got was this lower high. I almost entered it, but you can see how far away the body is from EMA. You can see how far down this bar already pushed. It's a pretty big bar. Let's see if we can measure that. It's 22 ticks big, so pretty big risk if you entered on this one, and it would have ended up stopping you out. So I'm glad I didn't enter that one. Almost did. I just had that, you know, instinctual feeling that I should be in that trade, but I'm glad I didn't. It's just a lower high. We want a failed second entry long there. The more detailed, or I don't even know what the word would be, the more intricate the setup that forms, like a failed second entry long is more intricate, I guess, than a lower high. It has a higher probability chance of succeeding, right? So now that we created new low, we can expect correction or reversal. There might even be a chance for a wider channel, something like this, but it's a little bit too early to decide. If we push back below EMA and then continue to work lower, there might be one, but as of right now, we have new low created, so we got to go back to sitting on our hands and waiting for more price action to form so we can know what direction the market wants to go. So let's see. All right, so I was hoping to get filled on this trade here. It's a second entry long, or actually a higher low. So we have new high, first entry long, it broke above this bear bar, pullback, it broke below. Second entry long above this bear bar, or actually this bull bar here. Remember we had this higher low confirming that setup. I put my limit order with my normal 8 ticks, and it didn't come back and filled me, unfortunately, but new highs created just as we would expect. It's actually really refreshing here at the end of the day to see some price action that actually kind of made sense. You can see break out of this channel, new low. After new low, we expect a correction or reversal, and it looks like it completely reversed up. We had this nice uptrend working higher, breakout side, tested new high, and after that new high, we expect a correction or reversal, and it looks like it's going to be correction. So overall, pretty good day. Let's zoom out here. Some pretty tricky price action. It sucks because every time there was a setup that formed, it was, big bars that you can't really get filled on. It would just go without you. So didn't catch anything today, unfortunately, but that's all right. There's always tomorrow. We gotta stay patient and disciplined in this game of trading. So if you guys like the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading every weekday my live trading session. Feel free to also join the Discord. Like I said earlier, we got a pretty good community going now, so I'll be live streaming my screen every day. If you guys are interested in that, the link will be in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck with your trading.